Hey everybody, Rob here at etrailer.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the etrailer Class 3 Custom-fit Trailer Hitch Receiver on our 2016 Nissan Rogue. So here's what our hitch is going to look like once we have it installed. It's going to have a really clean, almost factory appearance to it, and that's because the cross tube is going to be hidden behind the bumper, and all we're going to see is that receiver tube sticking out. Now since it is a Class 3, it is going to give us that 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube opening. So we're going to have a really wide variety of options when it comes to accessories that we can mount up. Typically, when you think of a hitch, a lot of people automatically think of a ball mount to pull a trailer. But we're going to be able to hit the trails with our friends, put a bike rack in there, take some bikes with us. Or if we want to take a road trip or just need to take a day trip somewhere but we need more space in our Rogue, we can actually put a cargo carrier back here and move a lot of the gear to the outside. Regardless of how we're going to be using it though, all of our accessories are going to mount through the hitch pin hole here on the side. Now our hitch is going to accept a standard 5/8 pin and clip. Now these don't come with the hitch, but you can pick them up here at etrailer.com along with some locking devices to keep your accessories secure and anti-rattle devices so you don't have to hear it rattling around inside the receiver tube. Now if you are going to be pulling a trailer, maybe you have a jet ski, a small boat, maybe you just have to do some work around the house, but you're going to have safety chains and you have to have a spot to hook them up. On our hitch, we're going to have this loop style. You can see there's a lot of room there, a big opening. And even if we have some really large hooks, we have plenty of room to get them hooked on or take them off. Now, if you're looking for a hitch for your Rogue, you obviously have something you want to do with it, but you need to make sure it's up to the task. So as far as the weight rating goes, our hitch is going to have a 525-pound tongue weight. That's going to be the maximum downward force at the end of the receiver tube here. To put that in perspective, that would be really great for some of those larger cargo carriers so we can really maximize the carrying capacity of those. Or if we are using it for a bike rack, we'll be able to carry even 4 if not 5 bikes on there. Now it's also going to have a 3,500-pound gross trailer weight rating. That's how much our hitch can pull, but it does include the trailer and everything we have loaded on it. So you do want to double check your Rogue's owner's manual because those are the ratings for the hitch and we don't want to exceed the manufacturer's rating for our car. Now I'd like to give a few measurements, and these are going to help you whenever you're looking for accessories for your new hitch. From the center of the hitch pin hole to the outermost edge of the bumper is right about 3 3/4 inches. That measurement's going to help you when you're looking at folding accessories to make sure you can put them in the upright position and they're not going to come in contact with the rear bumper. From the ground to the inside top edge of the receiver tube opening is right about 15 inches. Now that measurement's going to help you whenever you're looking for a ball mount so you can find the appropriate rise or drop to match up to your trailer. But now that we've seen what our hitch looks like and gone over some of the features, let's go through the installation together. To start out, we want to come to the back of our Rogue. We're going to come underneath the rear bumper. Now on each side, we'll have this appearance panel to be held in by several fasteners. If we just go along the edge here, we'll find these push pins. You want to grab a flat blade screwdriver. If we look at the push pins, they're going to have little notches going around. We're going to stick the blade into that little notch and pop out the center section. So we'll pop that center section out first, and that's going to take all the tension off of the push pin, and we should be able to grab it and pull it out. We just want to work our way around, taking all the push pins out that are holding this one in place. Now we are going to have one more fastener. It'll be at the very front, towards the front of our car, right behind our rear shock. It's going to be a Phillips head screw, so you want to grab a Phillips bit or a Phillips screwdriver. We'll pull that screw out, and then we'll pull the whole panel down. Once we have that last screw out, we can pull the panel down, and we're going to remove the one on the passenger side as well. It's just going to have those same push pin fasteners and one screw towards the front. Now over on the passenger side, we'll find our factory tie-down hook. We're going to have 2 bolts going into the side of the frame, and then we're going to have 2 more bolts going into the bottom of the frame that's holding it in place. We're going to grab an 18mm socket, and we'll pull all 4 of those bolts out. And once we have all the bolts removed and the tie-down hook removed, we can go ahead and set it aside because this is not going to get reinstalled. Now back over here on the passenger side where we just removed our tie-down hook, those 2 bolts and the threaded holes that are in the frame, those are going to be our mounting locations. Now they are going to provide us with new bolts in our kit, and I always like to double check, make sure they can thread in easily by hand. So there were bolts in there, so we shouldn't have to worry about any rust, debris, or anything in there. But it is a good idea to go back and double check that you can easily thread those bolts in. Now over on the driver's side, we're going to have 2 bolt holes just like we do on the other side, but if we move further up towards the front, we're going to have a 3rd one. Those 3 spots are going to be our mounting locations. Now these didn't have any bolts in them, so I'm going to come back with some spray lubricant. I'm going to spray inside the weld nuts. I'm going to take a nylon toothbrush, just going to clean out all the threads, make sure there's no dirt, debris, or rust in there, so we don't have to worry about cross-threading. Now with an extra set of hands, we'll lift our hitch up. Kind of want to go over the driver's side first, just to get over the exhaust. Then we'll lift our hitch up to where the holes are going to line up with the holes in the frame. And we want to take a conical tooth washer, slide it over our bolt. There's little teeth on there. You want to make sure they're facing up towards the hitch. But then you just want to get at least 1 bolt in on each side, so the hitch will hold itself up. Then we can put the rest of our hardware in place. I'm going to come back with a 3/4 inch socket, or you can use a 19mm socket, and I'm going to tighten up all my hardware. Now I'm going to come back with a torque wrench, and I'm going to torque all my hardware down to the specified amount in the instructions. And you want to go back and repeat that for all your remaining hardware. And once you have your last bolt torqued down, that'll finish up your installation and your look at the eTrailer Class 3 Custom-Fit Trailer Hitch Receiver on our 2016 Nissan Rogue.